I'm Brandi Niemeyer, and I'm part of the youth leadership team here at First Baptist Llano. I'm a single mom to 2 kids, and when I decided to get out of the boat, um, I didn't really look at any of it as a risk because I really didn't feel like I had anything left to lose at that point in time. I had been going to church, I'd been participating in Bible studies, doing my quiet time, even teaching, and I still hadn't fully committed myself to my walk with God. And once I finally did that, I really didn't feel like I was losing or risking anything. And this time I really didn't feel like I was afraid of falling back or going back to some of my old ways. It was one of those all-in type of deals. I think what was holding me back from fully committing and fully doing that was I had some trust issues, and I wanted control of my own life, and I wasn't willing to give up that control to live the life that, God wanted me to live. So it was last fall when I finally got it through my head that it didn't matter, if I wasn't perfect or if I, wasn't as good as I thought I needed to be, that I finally, went all in and got out of the boat. And I've lost a few things along the way. Friends, that tends to happen. But it was because of the way my life was changing and the way that I was being transformed that happened. I mean, it wasn't because, they didn't believe in God or, have a problem with any of that. It's just our lives weren't compatible anymore. So I kind of just got, left out of all of that. But that's fine because I've gained so much more than I could have ever lost in any of this. I have a wonderful support system. Lots of people at church that we do life with, do Bible studies with. If we have kid problem or whatever, I've got a group of people that I can call. Any issues I have, there's people there, ready and willing to help. And then I have God helping me with it all. So I'm not alone. I'm not lost anymore because I've got, God and a whole bunch of other people that are helping me on this journey. One crazy example of, God providing and, something that I've gained is my vehicle was in the shop for like 12 weeks. And about halfway through that, I bought another car so I could have transportation, to work and stuff for my kids. And then that car broke down. And so I had no money. I had 2 broken vehicles, and I didn't know, exactly what I was going to do. And then one of the gentlemen at church was like, hey, we've got some people that want to help you. And he didn't really give me much information, just that. And then he asked if I trusted him, which trust has always been a problem for me. But I was like, sure, what do I have to lose? Nothing. And it was, I think, 3 or 4 days later that he calls me and says, hey, I need you to meet me at, the dealership. I need you to bring the title for your Jeep and the Jeep, and we're going to get you into a different vehicle. So I met him there, and that's why I got a newer vehicle. And all I gave up was the broken one that wasn't working for me anymore. And that, showed me how, this family that I have, without me asking for any help at all, they pulled together and made it happen for me. And, had I not taken that step out of the boat, I would have been struggling with it on my own and never had, any sort of resolution or solution to that. So that's just one of many examples of how things have changed, in my life. And a lot of the things that I used to struggle with or participate in that weren't Christ-like, those aren't even problems for me anymore. Like, it just, over time, all of those selfish wants just kind of, faded away. And it's not anything that I did, because there's no way I could have given up, all that stuff on my own. It was, asking God for help with all of this, and, fully committing that I was able to make those changes.
What's something that you can pull out of this that is like you're super positive, like it's your big thing, like something you can pull?
From what I just said?
Mm-hmm. Like, what's the big reward?
The big reward? I think the biggest reward would be the person that I am becoming. Like, who I am now as opposed to who I was a year ago or 3 years ago. And the fact that I don't feel like I have to struggle through life by myself.